and background of the current administration. As you know, Joan was the due process manager at the WESELPA. And so I think that mentality has carried over into her role as an administrator. And to illustrate my point, another ex-due process manager here at the WESELPA, Jean Martin, is now with Etiwanda School District. I went to the OAH website, and there's a huge number of mediations. There was like 6 mediations scheduled for April for Etiwanda. So you can track where these people go and where the problems come up. I mean, it's like, you know, we see the peaks wherever they go. Same thing with the now Altaloma special ed director, who used to be in Chaffee. We used to hear the horror stories in Chaffee. She went to Altaloma, now we hear the horror stories in Altaloma. So, I mean, we can do this. We're in it for the long run. Andrea doesn't have kids in the district anymore, but she's still engaged. We are in it because we are committed to the principle of the matter. So we can litigate. We have access to lawyers. We get the lawyers. We get parents access to advocates. But is that really what you want, to throw all this money into litigation where you can just come up with a better program? You know what the parents are litigating for. Reading services, speech, OT. I mean, we're not litigating for dolphin therapy. So it's reasonable. I mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense to dump all the money into litigation rather than education. I handed you guys a chart, and this was based, it's a 2-pager. One of the slides, I just printed 1 page from Joan's presentation last meeting, and I couldn't be here. But basically, I went and I plotted these figures, and I compared them to the national average. According to the Council of Parent and Child Advocates, COPA, out of 10,000 students, 5 will file for due process in 1 year. Those are national statistics. West End WESELPA has roughly 14,500 students. So I just did a very simple proportion, and out of 14,500 students, you would expect 7 due process cases a year, according to the national statistics. And here I plotted next to the national statistics, the WESELPA figures. The middle one is what Joan was boasting about, which is, I think, 18 cases in 1 year. And this last one here is the year before. So there was an improvement because the numbers went down. But if you compare them to the national average, we're still really high up.
School year isn't over.
So I consider you, I urge you to consider these issues. And then just one more thing to wrap up, the Life After High School event. Yes, it was good, but some vendors were excluded. I know Christie couldn't get a table, Linda Mudbell couldn't get a table, certain OT providers couldn't get a table, where the year before they were able to get a table. So it needs to be open to everybody. This agency should not be engaging in selective cherry picking. And also it should be life after preschool. Why give the parents resources when you're ready to wash your hands of them when they're ready to graduate from high school? Let's make it life after preschool. Thank you.